Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the land of anime once more. Yes, we are here to check out the spring 2022 anime season. I'll be going through the entire list, basically, of all the anime and, well, show once again, that I can pretty much predict what show is gonna be good and what show is gonna be complete ass. So, let's get right into it, shall we? First up, let me just put myself to the side here. First up, One Piece. 'Cause of course, right? 'Cause of course. I mean, One Piece is One Piece, you know? Fuck it. Fuck One Piece, not gonna lie. I'm not sure if it was in the last list as well. It probably was, but like I said last time, in my winter season, I don't watch One Piece. Or at least, I haven't kept up with it, and I'm like 500 episodes behind, so yeah, there's that. So we'll just move on. No point in sitting here. Oh wait, I forgot something. I need to bring my water bottle. Now ideally, I would love to be drinking some alcohol with this, cause Jesus Christ, you know, anime has an effect on me. But I do not have any, so water is gonna have to do. Alright. Yes. Of course. Yes, of course. Look who it is. It's Rising of the Shield Hero, Season 2. If you've been around my channel for a while, or maybe you've watched the archive of all my videos on this channel and my main channel, which I don't really upload on much, but point is, if you've been around or you've seen a lot of my videos, you might know that I'm kind of a hater of this show, not gonna lie. I even made an entire video, I believe, on kind of this anime. But, I didn't make a video on this anime, I made a video about something having to do with anime. And then I mentioned that show a lot because, Jesus Christ, this show is like that fucking show, what's it called? This show is like that show, Arifureta. It's like that show, except for normal people. Everyone talks about how Arifureta was like, is such a shitty show, and there was nothing ever good about it. Even though the first like 5 episodes of Arifureta first season was actually pretty good, but Tate no Yusha no Nariagari. This show, everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but like there are so many people who hype this show up, who like this show. And I'm not talking about like, oh my god, it's popular, thus I hate it. No. This show is ass. It is ass. It's like if you went to one of those ugly bastards in fucking hentai, right? And you pulled down their pants and you smelled their fucking ass cheeks, right? That shit stinks, probably. I would imagine. That's how good fucking Rising of the Shield Hero is. Okay? Yeah, has a big cock, but still disgusting, right? Disgusting. That's the fucking writing of Rising of the Shield Hero. That's what it is. It is fucking disgusting. Now, if you're a fan of this show, well, feel free to fight me on this. Because honestly, the writing in the Rising of the Shield Hero is so bad. If you don't think so, you're just stupid. No offense. Like you should go and actually pay more attention to the show in general. Jesus Christ. You should go and watch my my anime needs to stop being so anime video. Cause Jesus Christ, this show is garbage. And most likely season 2 is going to continue being garbage. So that's a hard skip for me. Hard skip. Yes. Next up, we have 86. Second Core. Again, I mean, it's the second season. We don't really need to talk about it. I haven't seen the first season. I'm probably not going to watch it. Maybe if If people talked about it more, I'd probably watch it, maybe. I don't know, who knows. But so far, I mean, just looking at this cover, this picture, I mean, looking at the main character here, yeah, from what I can deduce, main character, generic as fuck, tries to have like a serious expression. At least it gets a point on having a serious expression, but overall, probably garbage, considering you have a female character, and no other male characters anywhere. This screams like kind of a mediocre serious show. Mediocre. So, I mean, moving on. Ooh, would you look at what that is? Ooh, Kaguya-sama. Oh my god. It's the show that is actually complete trash, but people like. I'm just kidding. So the thing with Kaguya-sama is that, well, I'm not gonna be watching this. This is apparently the 3rd season of Kaguya-sama, Love is War, but I will not be watching this, considering I have not even watched the 2nd season, and I think I finished the 1st season when it was airing. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the show is way too overrated. Way too overrated. The show would have been good, and I think at some point I might have talked about this. I might have. Though I might have just imagined it. I might have just talked to myself about it. But if this show didn't have such a big emphasis on narration by a fucking narrator, this show might actually be good. Like, really good. Legitimately. This show could be the Death Note of like rom-coms. Legitimately. But the one problem that they got wrong, and this is such a big problem, is the narrator. There's some stupid ass narrator that narrates the fucking main character's thoughts. Why they can't have the main characters actually narrate their own thoughts is beyond me. But that's something that just took me out of the fucking show instantly. Most of the time, in every other show, in every other anime, you would have the character, the voice actor of the character themselves, essentially the character themselves, narrating their own thoughts. Kind of like Death Note, you know? Where when L is thinking, you hear L thinking, you hear L voicing his thoughts, in a way, you know? We, as the audience, hear him thinking. That's what they should have done. But instead, they have this third-person narrator narrating fucking what the character is thinking, which completely just kills the whole idea. Some people like it. Most people, I would say, don't like it, honestly. And I fucking really didn't like it. I thought it had so much potential, but it just ruined it with fucking a third-person narrator. Like, just have the characters narrate their own thoughts. Like, why do you need to bring in a fucking narrator? Jesus. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately. It is what it is. Moving on. Boruto. I mean, same thing with One Piece. Honestly, I do not keep up with it. If occasionally some cool arc happens, I might only check out that arc, but I mean, I really have not kept up with it. They've kind of just, I don't know, completely ruined like the power system, I guess. Like, they just keep adding in like, ooh, now there's like karma, you know, whatever the fuck karma is. Like, you know, never mind, just moving on. We don't watch fucking Boruto in this bitch. Spy X Family. Now, this is the first one that we actually, that is not like a second season or something. 2-core fucking broadcast. God damn, I gotta stop saying fucking all the time. I mean, I do like fucking, but still, you know. Let's just read the synopsis, shall we? Everyone has a part of themselves they cannot show to anyone else. At a time when all nations of the world were involved in a fierce war of information happening behind closed doors, Oceania and West Talis had been in a state of cold war against one another for decades. West Talis Intelligence Services, Eastern Focus Division, WISE, because of course, sends their most talented spy, Twilight, on a top-secret mission to investigate the movements of Donovan Desmond, the chairman of Oceania's National Unity Party, who is threatening peace efforts between the two nations. This mission is known as Operation Strix. It consists of putting together a family in 1 week in order to infiltrate social gatherings organized by the elite school that Desmond's son attends. Twilight takes on the identity of a psychiatrist, Lloyd Forager, and starts looking for family members. But Anya, the daughter he adopts, turns out to have the ability to read people's minds, while his wife, Yor, is an assassin. While it being in each of their own interests to keep these facts hidden, they start living together while concealing their true identities from one another. World peace is now in the hands of this brand new family as they embark on an adventure full of surprises. This whole idea of like two people who are like on different sides or whatever, you know, spies basically living together. This whole idea kind of obviously reminds me of, you know, the movie, what was it, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? You know, that would be cool, except for the fact that because of this right here, you see that? Because of that, I just don't have much expectation of this show. I feel like this show, it has a unique idea, and if done well, it could be really good. But, and that's a big ass juicy but, I just don't see it working. For some reason, I just do not see it working. It does have shonen as well, and action, but I just, for some reason, I cannot see this working. I don't know why. Something about it just screams, this is not going to work. Something out in the void, in the abyss of the nether, tells me that if I have too high hopes for this show, I'm just going to be massively disappointed. I'm just hoping for something that is not completely anime-esque. Interesting. It seems to be very much it's kind of hard to explain. It seems to have a very good budget. That's for sure. It is Wit Studio, I guess. But something about it just, I don't know. I think, you know, the characters are going to be interesting, but the problem is, for instance, the main guy, right? I immediately got the feeling of they're going to do the joke that he doesn't understand how to take care of a child, and they, you know, that kind of joking running gag is going to be like a constant in the show. I also feel like the child is going to be really annoying. But honestly, I can't really read much of this show. I would need to see like the first episode. But I mean, hopefully it does something that hopefully its comedy is just gonna be good. Not much to say about it. Let's move on, shall we? Goddamn Komi-san, second season. I mean, it's probably more of the same, right? I haven't seen the first season, so I mean, yeah. More JoJo, moving on. You have Data Live, again, like the 4th season or some shit. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Then you have this. What? Yo. This is not, what? Yo, dude. I thought this show was the show that was coming out now, legitimately. But literally, looking at this from like far away, black-haired guy with like a suit-ish outfit, a pink-haired girl and a yellow-haired girl, like literally inside a cave. Literally, this from at a glance, I immediately thought of this other show. I immediately thought of this show. Hang on. I immediately thought of this show, Shikakumon no Saikyo Kinja. This show, literally, it's the same show, basically. Or at least, it looks like the same show. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, it's not the same show, so let's read it. I mean, it's gonna be fucking isekai, most likely. Or something along those lines. Fantasy action school. Why is there school? Like, if I read action fantasy, the last thing I think of is school. Like, why? Why is there school involved? What does school have to do with it? But the second I hear school, I'm like, Here we go again. Anyway, the most powerful demon lord in history, Varvatos, felt that he had accomplished everything he could as a king. Because he was so alone due to how powerful he was, he longed for a much simpler life. After a few millennia later, he is reborn as the villager. Ard Meteor, of course. Fucking hell, dude. But in the future, where he was reborn, magical civilization had declined and magic itself had become weaker. Ard enrolls into the Academy of Magic with his childhood friend, Irina, and no matter how much he tries to not stand out, he can't hide the fact that he's not ordinary. He is constantly surrounded by people awestruck by him, and many try to approach him. Meanwhile, the demons of the world who once struck fear into the hearts of the people have all also gone into hiding. Will the former demon lord be able to achieve the peaceful and mundane life he's always dreamed of? A heroic academy life fantasy filled with the chaos is about to begin. So this literally, as I'm reading this sounds literally exactly the same as the other show that I just showed you. It literally does. Except the fact that this guy is apparently the demon lord who reincarnates. And let me guess, he's not actually going to be evil, is he? Of course not. He's going to be like a hero who just happened to be Demon King. Because no fucking main character can ever be evil. Yeah, and then we look at Death Note with Light and realize that Death Note is literally one of the best anime and most acclaimed anime in the history of ever. And yet the main character is the villain. I mean, what else is there to say, you know? Like, come on. Do something different, please. One positive I think I can say to that is his voice actor is kind of cool. You know, he sounds kind of cool. But he went from looking, you know, with the white hair and the red eyes and kind of cool to like looking like a fucking classic brown hair high schooler. You know, like, I mean, granted, I have brown hair myself, as you can see, but the point is, why? Why would you do that? We see that all the time anyway. Anyway, moving on. Another new one, I guess. Kawaii dake janai, Shikimori-san. So this seems like a hard, immediately hard skip, basically. Comedy, romance, slice of life. I mean, you know. I mean, let's be honest. This is that one show that pretty much every season now has, where it's like some sort of romance bullshit, comedy bullshit, where there's like a yandere or some sort of aggressive female character dominating like a weak little scrawny guy or whatever the fuck, and it's like, we're so done with this. I've never watched any of those anime, and I never plan to, and I never will, and yeah. If you know me, you know I like protagonists, main characters that are capable, confident, capable, which is also why I actually kind of like power fantasies, because in power fantasies, the main character is usually capable. I've seen enough. Well, from what I can tell from that shit, it's literally the opposite of the normal romance type, which is the confident and sexy guy going towards the shy, cute girl or whatever the fuck, and them having some cute romantic relationship. What I don't understand is why can't romance anime have two confident characters? It's like the whole idea of a romance can only be activated with an alpha in the relationship and a beta in the relationship. Most of the time, you know, a lot of these shoujo shows have the you know, hot guy or whatever, the most popular guy in school, you know, and then the shy girl who happens to, like, their families like marry or something, and then they end up living in the same house, and then they slowly develop some stupid relationship. There's always like an alpha and there's the beta. Why can't there be two alphas? Legitimately. There's even been shows with two like betas, but there's never been a show with two alphas, right? Why can't you have a character that is like a decent guy that is not a complete, like, not gonna lie, like, I mean, no offense if you can relate to this guy, but I mean, who wants to see that shit? Really, no one wants to see that shit, right? And why can't you have female characters like her in romance anime normally? Yeah, I just, it's basically just the same thing but switched. So yeah, moving on. Let's see. I don't think this kind of reminds me of some show that came out a couple of seasons ago, maybe like a year ago. I don't know. Okay, when Arik wakes up, he discovers that he has been transported to another world in the body of the character he was playing in an MMO, looking like a suit of armor on the outside and a skeleton on the inside. He's the Skeleton Knight. If his identity is discovered, he could be mistaken for a monster and become a target. Arik decides to spend his time as a mercenary so as not to attract attention to himself. However, he's not the kind of man who can stand idly by when he witnesses evil acts take place right before his eyes. Because of course he isn't. This isekai fantasy series about a skeleton knight's unintentional quest to make the world a better place has arrived. Because of course it has. Let's look at the PV for it, shall we? Yeah, okay. I mean, it's pretty obvious what type of show this is. They should add comedy here as well. Comedy. It's the type of show that doesn't take itself seriously at all. Anyway, we have next up, we have Yusha Yamamas. So basically a hero that stops being a hero, I guess. Quits being a hero. Let's read the synopsis, shall we? After saving humanity from the despicable Demon King, Leo Demonheart, 'cause of course, does not earn a hero standing. Instead, he is regarded with suspicion and hostility by those he fought to protect. Treated as a pariah with nowhere else to turn, exiled Leo seeks a position in the army of his former nemesis. But the army is not what it once was before its defeat at Leo's hands. So, to maintain his new position, Leo must whip the forces back into fighting shape. So, immediately I see action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. You cannot do this show seriously without either it being comedy or a main character that is inherently evil, who, turns to the dark side, basically. You cannot do the show without one of those two things. So I expected to see comedy up here, and, we did. So that show. Imagine this scenario, right? Imagine this scenario. Imagine the hero is fighting the demon army or whatever. Imagine we start off the story at a point where the hero is confronting the final boss, the demon lord, right? And something happens and we fade to black or whatever, right? Next thing you know, the hero is fighting on the side of the demon lord. And it turns out that the hero learned something so horrific that he changed sides, right? And then he starts fighting. He essentially goes against all the people that he knew he fought with, met during his hero's journey, basically, right? But now they're all trying to stop him for some reason, right? Because they think that the hero has turned to the dark side. But the hero is still trying to save everyone. Why he's doing what he's doing, who knows? There's some sort of secret reason. But imagine, that kind of dark story where the hero essentially fights against his own people and one by one defeats them, maybe even kills them, and it could be so good, right? And we have no idea why he's doing it and why he's, fighting for the evil side. Who knows, right? And that's what makes it good. This show, however, immediately just fills me with the stupid vibe. Like a show that tries, again, they're doing the stupid thing where they try to be serious half the time, but still, not take itself seriously. Throw in fucking comedy, throw in jokes, throw in, basic anime, stupid-ass comedy, which is not funny, by the way, and still expect you to take it seriously. No offense, but you cannot do that. You cannot do a fucking comedy anime and still take yourself seriously. You just can't. Moving on. Now this, finally a show that I'm actually looking forward to. This is a show that I have been looking forward to. I'm not sure which, okay, 3rd season, yes. So this is, fuck, I forgot the English name. Ah yes, Ascendance of a Bookworm. Honestly, I really recommend you go and watch this show. This is, in my opinion, how an isekai should be done. Okay? Or something along these lines. This is like a good isekai. I fully recommend this show. And I'm looking forward. I will be watching that shit and I will be enjoying that shit. Alright? It is a fantasy slice of life. There's no comedy bullshit. There's no stupid shit in it. It's just good. It's just a good show. Next up, we have... is this word inasuke? As in like fiancé? Kakko no inasuke? I'm pretty sure kakko means like cool, I think. Because I know gakko is like school, but I'm pretty sure that's with a G, so... I think kakko no inasuke means like cool fiance or something. Who knows? But I mean, we're not even gonna watch the PV of this because I mean, comedy, harem, romance, shonen. I mean, one guy who again looks like a fucking generic fucking high schooler, Japanese high schooler, and then 3 cute little girls. I mean, why do we even bother? Why do we even bother? Moving on. I mean, again, why do we even bother? Fantasy, harem, romance, school. I mean, as I said, if a show has comedy, harem, and school in it, most likely they're just complete bullshit. Moving on to comedy, school, shonen. I mean, 2 out of 3. Probably gonna skip this. Again, immediately I just look at the picture and I'm like, yeah, don't really care. Really, I don't. Anything having to do with school and comedy, I don't care. I can't even be bothered to read the synopsis. What even is this? Comedy romance, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck are you. Fuck are you, mate. Fuck are you. Ah, yes. Action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. But fine, it's probably an isekai. I can't remember. Who am I? What am I? Seville is a student at a magic academy who has no memories of anything from before he joined the school. Not understanding why he's there, the time he spends at the academy feels hollow and empty. And since he doesn't know how to work hard, his grades are always the lowest in his year. Then, one day, the school headmaster Albus orders Seville to participate in a dangerous special training. I want you to spread spread the use of magic in an area where they hold witch hunts. It has only been a few years since the war between the church and the witches came to an end. The world has not yet fully accepted witches and their magic. This is the dawn of the age of the witch. This is the story of how a young man, a boy who is no one special, and his companions, who all hold wounds in their hearts, set out and end up finding themselves. I mean, honestly, from that synopsis, I can't really tell much, so we're gonna look at the PV and decide. Not gonna lie, that was probably the most generic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, moving on. Next up, again, action, comedy, ecchi, magic, romance, shonen. I said ecchi, comedy, romance. Nope, just hard skip instantly. Don't even bother. Next up, summertime, render. Mystery, shonen, supernatural. Ooh, finally, something. Upon hearing of Ushio's death, Shinpei returns to his hometown of Wakayama City on Hitogashima and reunites with his childhood friend's family. The funeral goes smoothly, but under the surface, something strange is brewing on the island. What mysteries await him on this secluded summer island? Well, I mean, let's check out the PV, shall we? What is there to say? So this, okay, I'm on the fence about this. I'm on the fence about this one. Hard. It's really difficult to actually glean whether or not this show is gonna be good or not. Really, it is really difficult. The reason for it is because it's a great idea, great premise. I feel like the best thing about this show is going to be its trailer. Really, that's what I feel like it's going to go, how it's going to happen. That's what I feel is going to happen. That the best thing about that show is going to be its trailer. I like that trailer. I think It set up the idea very well. But, I mean, from what we saw, he's going to time loop, right? But the problem is, it's anime. The likelihood of them getting it right, actually doing something really good, is very, very low. Very, very low. Very low. The main character seems way too happy-go-lucky to be kind of like a capable main character. Hopefully he has his serious moments. Hopefully he grows to be more serious. You know, maybe they'll only have the happy-go-lucky, oh, pretty girl said something complimentary to me, I'm gonna blush, oh my god. You know, hopefully he matures up. Hopefully that's some character development right there. But this show, I'm definitely checking this out. One, cause, I mean, time travel, right? Time loop. I'm a sucker for time travel. I suck time travel's dick on the daily, okay? I suck those time travel juices from every fucking show I can get my hands on. But regardless, I will be checking this out. I'm just hoping for the love of all that is holy that this show is gonna be just at least decent, at least enjoyable to where I'm curious what will happen next and want to watch the next episode. Because there are so many shows that just have great potential and then they just go down the fucking anime hole. The stupid anime hole. Anyway, moving on. Action, adventure, fantasy. Shoukei Shoujo no Virgin Road. Because of course, there has to be virgin in every fucking sentence when Japanese try to speak in English. Because Virgin Rodo. Because of course, has to be the Virgin Rodo. Once upon a time, the world was thrown into chaos by people from another world with special powers known as the Lost Ones, because of course it's an isekai. To maintain peace, the executioners are to kill the Lost Ones without mercy. This is a story of an unlikely pair, Executioner Menno, who tries to be pure, honest, and strong to carry out her mission, and the Lost One, Akari, who has extraordinary ability. To do what? Who knows? Anyway, let's check out the PV. I feel like I saw something about this. I might have seen this when some like months ago when I checked out like anime that are coming in the future, like to be announced anime, and I think I might have seen this before somewhere, like the storyline of like a girl, like an assassin girl or whatever, meets another girl who is her target, and then instead of killing, they kind of leave it off for now, and then they travel together doing other things, and then the idea is that eventually when they part, she's going to, you know, finish the job essentially. Something along those lines I read somewhere, I don't know. But I mean, this might be good. Again, kind of hard to tell. This has potential, it's just, as long as it doesn't fall into the goddamn anime hole, where they just keep doing anime tropes here and there, over and over and over and over again. As long as it doesn't fall into the trap of being fucking generic anime, then I think it could be good. It could be good, indeed. So that's already like 2 shows in a row that could be good. We have comedy, slice of life. I mean, comedy, slice of life, and magic. I mean, this, not gonna lie, this show, from what I can tell from this picture, it's just not for me. Not for me, mate. Not for me. I'm not even gonna bother. I can just tell it's not for me. Moving on. I feel like a show like this came out literally last season, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I mean, look at this. I'm not gonna lie, if this is yaoi, it's a hard skip for me anyway, but even if it's not, even if this is a female character in the middle here, I mean, gay guys are completely fine, do what you want, I don't care, it's just I don't want to see it. Surprisingly, what I haven't seen, to this day still, is a show where there is male and female characters, and then 2 male characters get together, you know? It's always like either a harem where everyone goes toward, you know, everyone goes after the main girl or guy, or it's something like this where it's like one girl and then loads of guys, or one guy with loads of girls. Like, why can't you have like a bunch of guys and a bunch of girls, right? And then maybe have like kind of like a maybe, I don't know, like a main character who's like a bisexual or something and flirts with guys and girls. Like, you know, I don't think that exists. But moving on. What the fuck is this? Tomodachi game. Game psychological. What the fuck? High school student Katagiri Yuichi, who values friendship above all else. Yikes. Immediately, by reading that, I immediately want to drop this. Because a character that values friendship above all else, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, he must be dumb as fuck. Legitimately. Enjoys a fulfilling life with his close friends Sawagiri Shiho and Mikasa Tenji, Shibe Makoto, and Kotorogi Yutori? Yutori? I've never heard of that name before. However, after a particular incident, they're dragged into a debt game, repayment game. So we're doing kaiji in this bitch. The only way to beat the Tomodachi game is to not doubt their friends. Bound together by solid friendships, the game should have been easy, but will they trust or betray their precious friends? The true nature of humanity is exposed in the ultimate psychological game. I mean, this sounds... I mean, the faces on the characters look cool, but like... What is this power friendship bullshit? I could not really find a PV for this. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Weird indeed. Some of these apparently are already coming out. But yes, moving on. This show, I mean, it's sports, I guess. There's already like 7 episodes out, so like I have not been watching this, and I'm not going to watch this. No real reason. I'm not really a fan of sports anime. Not gonna lie, most of sports anime kind of follow the cookie cutter template of sports anime. It's always the same shit. Almost always. Next up, we have action, adventure, comedy, fantasy. I mean, a fantasy and adventure comedy starring Carla, dark elf cleric who invested too much in blah 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 blah. Skip. Comedy, drama, romance school. Ugh. So it's like a slice of life school romance comedy drama. Nah, mate. Skip. Ah yes, Meitante Conan. I mean, obviously, still great, so you should watch that. Black Rock Shooter. Ooh, this is nostalgic. I might check this out. Who knows? I mean, even on the cover art here, or like the promotional art, like the blue flame is on the eye. You know, like I want to see that. Moving on. We gotta go faster, honestly. Action comedy shonen slice of life. Looking at the fucking the art, I mean, let's be honest. Let's fucking be honest here. Skip. Seinen sports, soccer again. Yikes. If you were like, oh, he said soccer, and you were okay with that, what is wrong with you? It's football. Fucking gotcha, bitches. If you didn't immediately think, oh my god, did he say soccer? Oh my fucking god, then I mean, you can go away. Go away. Go away. It's football. Yes. Okay, I mean, again, very smells of the generic sports anime template. Tiger and Bunny too. See, it sounds very familiar. Tiger and Bunny. I'm not sure, but unlikely that I'm gonna watch that, because it's Tiger and Bunny 2. Moving on. We have the Magia record. Goddamn Madaka Magica. Once more. It's the spin-off one, I believe. Continuation of the spin-off. I watched a few episodes of that spin-off, but I don't know, I just kind of stopped and you know, not much else to say about that, so that's probably a skip for me. Whatever the fuck this is, I mean, the second season of Build Divide. Whatever the fuck the Build Divide is, but yeah, haven't seen the first season. Never even heard of this. Shenmue, the animation. Ryo Hazuki has trained to master the Hazuki-style jujitsu under his strict father in the Hazuki dojo from his childhood. However, one day a mysterious man named Lan Di Lundy's nuts. Murders his father and takes the mirror his father was protecting. Ryo is determined to find the truth behind his father's murder, but soon finds himself getting stuck in a war between the underground organizations. Traveling from Yokozuka to Hong Kong, Ryo's long journey begins. This is giving me off. This is giving me some bad vibes. What is there to say about that? It just kind of reminds me of like a 90s anime, which makes sense because it takes place during the 90s, I think, or 80s. Point is, it just, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to watch this. It might have some cool moments. I would imagine the fight scenes from what we saw from that seems pretty decent, I guess, but I don't know. Pretty much everything else I probably would not be interested in. The main character is just way too straight-laced. But yeah, it's probably a skip from me. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, no. Just no. Fucking hell. Ikitosen. Shin Ikitosen, because of course. I mean, this is obviously a wash for me. Of course. No. Hard skip, obviously. RPG Fudosan. I mean, what even is this? Comedy, fantasy, slice of life. It's cute girls doing cute things in fantasy RPG MMO or some shit. Like, I mean, why? Nah, mate. Then we have Daimon. Seinen, slice of life. Nagama Irino returns to his Kyoto home for the first time in 10 years when his father is hospitalized. Nagamo is eager to take over Ryokusho, the family's Japanese sweet shop, but he's instead asked to be a father figure to Itsuka Yukihira, the girl everyone calls the successor. I mean, let's check the PV for this. It seems to be a very wholesome show. Unfortunately, too many children for my taste. So, probably a skip. Maybe not. Who knows? Or maybe I'll check out a few episodes. Who knows? See if it appeals to me. But, you know me and children don't go together. Another fucking school sports. How many is that now? 4? Nah, mate. Just no. Moving on. Kingdom, 4th season. Man, I really need to start watching Kingdom. Apparently Kingdom is like really good, but I've just never gotten into it. I don't know. I've heard that it's really good, but like I just for some reason I've never picked it up. I mean, what the fuck even is this? Just no. Just no, dude. Just no. Dancer? No. Just no. No. Sports. Please. Next up, no. Just no. No. Digimon, no. What the fuck is this? Comedy? No. Give me something. Anything. Kyokai Senki Part 2. Again, Part 2. I've never seen the first one. Never even heard of it. Joshikose to Mahou no Noto. I mean, what is this? A fucking high schooler finds a magical notebook? Shiro Yuzuki is a second-year high school student. Of course she is. Who cannot find anything she wants to do, and her parents always tell her, study. What appears in front of Yuki, who has so many words, is a fairy named Blue-Blue-kun. Yuzuki receives various lessons from him, and while making the people around her happy, she finds hints that will lead her closer to her dream. Which is? Who knows? But let's check it out. Okay, it seems once again I didn't really find any like trailer or anything. Now we have a fucking side story of Zero from Detective Conan. Honestly, I don't know why. I'm not sure why we're getting this. Maybe we'll have some black organization stuff in here, but who knows? I doubt it, honestly. For some reason, I doubt it. I have a feeling it's going to be a complete side story. So probably a skip from me. Birdie Wing, Golf's Girl Story. What? Sports, cause of course it is. A youth story centering on two young women golfers named Eve and Aoi Amashi. The two come from completely different backgrounds and have completely opposite playstyles, and together they will shake the world of golf. Cause of course they will. Honestly, from the actual art, I'm kind of interested. But once more, I could not really find anything, any like trailer or anything. Just searching up on YouTube quickly. Couldn't really find anything. Moving on to the next one. Healer Girl, music. Yikes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna skip this one. I mean, it's just... I said this last time, but if there's a bunch of girls smiling on the art, on the promotional art, then it's probably a skip from me. Next up we have Estub Life, Great Escape. Whatever the fuck this is. The distant future, after reaching its peak, Earth's population fell into decline. AL, or AI, was developed to help preserve the species and manage the ecosystem, a grand experiment in human diversity. Through genetic engineering, a diverse array of peoples, including beast folk, magical beings, and more, was created to live in a diverse city separated into walled clusters. Each cluster developed a unique culture, befitting of the people that lived there, their lives, and the system is continually maintained by the AI to ensure survival. But, I must say that, they kinda like a yike, yeah? Kinda like a yike? That's kinda like a yike. Moving on, Onipan, Comedy Demons, I mean... Comedy, a bunch of girls smiling. What did I say just a few minutes ago? Yeah, exactly. Skip, 4th season of some random show. Okay, I've never even heard of this. Great. 2nd season of another show that I've never heard of, which... Oh wait, it's like Angel Beats thing. But again, skip, probably. Fucking Crayon Shinchan, I mean, no, just no. Doraemon, no. Delicious Party Precure, no. Shadowverse Flame, no. If your anime is called Shadowverse Flame, what the fuck does that even mean? It's like some of those anime that have like an English name, except it's just a bunch of like English, quote unquote, cool English words put together randomly. Let's be honest. It's not Shadowverse Flame. It's Shadowverse Flame. This, whatever the fuck this is, no. Yu-Gi-Oh! Go fuck no. Hell no. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has become complete trash. First season, first iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! With, you know, Yugi and the Pharaoh, like the best version, 100, hands down. Like with every iteration, they always like go into the future or some shit. And it's like, what the fuck has happened to the show? Jesus Christ. Whatever the fuck this is, Nintama? Is that some spin-off of Gintama? Cause, nah mate. Puzzle and Dragon, Game Kids, I didn't even know that was a fucking tag. Kids, I got shivers right now. Oh, Jesus. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Oh my fucking god. We have Jongtama, Pong, I mean, no, just no. Skip, this thing, skip. Fucking Chibi Maruko-chan. Sosaya-san. Oh, hang on, whoops, wrong thing. Sosaya-san, nope, skip. Duel Masters King, nope, skip. Chikawa, skip. Skip. And skip. So everything here, skip. Yep. And that, my friends, has been the spring season of 2022. What do I think of this? Honestly, it's better than last season, surprisingly. I mean, obviously nothing tops Attack on Titan right now, but there's a couple of shows here that I am kind of looking forward to. I do like me some isekais, and there's, for instance, Ascendance of a Bookworm right here. Ascendance of a Bookworm. I'm very much looking forward to the 3rd season. There is a couple of isekai shows, a couple of, magic fantasy, power fantasy stuff, which, I do enjoy consuming that shit. And then you have the show that is the most kind of, I guess I would say hyped in this case, like the show that is the most hit or miss. Summertime Render. Now this could be really good, or it could be complete shit. It's one or the other. Or it could just, well, okay, maybe not one or the other, but like it could also be completely mediocre. So one of those 3 possibilities. I'm hoping that they're actually going to do some cool storyline here. Like legitimately, right? I'm hoping they actually go serious with this. Like dark serious. Like to the point where he, the main character time loops when he dies. Right? And he ends up dying every like 3 days or something. And he has to figure out why he keeps dying and why he, he keeps time looping. What is really going on? It shows here that it's 25 episodes, which is very, very good. A show like this, with a plot line like this, you cannot do in 13 episodes or 12 episodes or 11. You have to have like 24, 25, 26 episodes. There is no excuse. So seeing that it has 25 episodes here, I'm really glad to see that. I'm really hoping this is gonna be something very interesting. But yeah, there's some other shows that I might check out, but yeah, I mean that's spring for you. If I remember to, I'll probably make the summer season as well, a video on that. But for now, I will let you move on with your day, and hope you enjoyed my thought processes, on the spring season of 2022 anime.